What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Wednesday, the 18th of motherfucking August. The joint is brought to you by Blue Chew. Listen, Blue Chew is fucking tremendous. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, only at a fraction of the cost. You can take it anytime, day or night, and the process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com and talk to one of their licensed medical providers. Once you're approved, you'll receive the prescription within days. The best part of it, it's all online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting online at the pharmacy. Not getting browbeated, you know the fucking deal. And it comes in a package and nobody knows what's in there, not even the mailman. So do me a favor, if you could benefit from a little extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. If you want to fuck up that pussy and it looks like the fucking Wolfman when you get through with it, go to Blue Chew. Right now, .com, promo code Joey, to receive your first month of Blue Chew for free. You're like, Joey, what are you talking about? It's Wednesday. What's free? Free! BlueChew.com, promo code Joey. Just pay $5 for shipping, and Blue Chew will turn you on to one of the best online services that you could deal with. You understand me? Like I said, you could take it anytime, day or night, and get ready to sling some big dick with Blue Chew. I'm talking, she's gonna call you the next day and go, what the fuck were you drinking last night? You fucked me to death last night. I can't even go to work today. Not even on Zoom. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Joey, to receive your first month for free. It's just $5 for shipping. The joint is also brought to you by Upstart. Do you feel looking at your credit card statement every month when you're in debt? It can feel like it never ends. Upstart can help. Upstart is a fast, easy way to get a personal loan to pay off your debt. Listen, it's tough right now if you have debt. Nobody's gonna help you. Your family's tapped. Everybody's tapped. Whether it's paying off credit cards or consolidating your debt, get a simple fixed monthly payment. Over 1 million people have used Upstart to get out of debt. So do me a favor. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/Joey. I know things are rough and Upstart's there for you. That's upstart.com/Joey. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know I sent you. And I gotta throw this in for the disclaimer. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. And now go to upstart.com/Joey and get out of debt today. Go to upstart.com/Joey. And don't forget to use the URL to let them know I sent you. The joint is also brought to you by CBD Lion. Everybody's talking about CBD, but nobody knows where to start. You start with the Lion. Go to CBDLion.com right now. Read the third-party lab results. Read about how CBD Lion will match you up. Like, let's say you got a bad elbow, a tennis elbow. Look it up on CBD Lion. They'll have a chart of what CBD you're looking to get, whether it's the extra strength unscented CBD lotion, the gummies with melatonin, the hemp flower, the bath balls. If you need it, CBD Lion has it. They even have a great tape that you can put on your shoulder, little pieces of tape for your knee. I use them all the time. They bail me out of the surgery. So do me a favor, go to CBDLion.com right now, press in code Joey, and get 20% off your first order at CBDLion.com. Let's get this motherfucking party started. It's Wednesday, and it's a beautiful fucking day to be alive.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? We're here for another fun-filled joint on Wednesday, the 18th. It's a beautiful fucking day. Tomorrow, I'll be in New Jersey for a fucking year. We're gonna celebrate. I don't know what me and the wife. Oh, we're going to a movie at the Rec tomorrow night with the kids, fucking the lawn chairs, the whole fucking thing on Thursday. Like 2 fucking jerk-offs, 3 jerk-offs. And then Friday, we're going to the fucking... the pep rally. Holy shit. There's food trucks. There's a band. There's arts and crafts. You know, the family shit. We're here today to talk about women in motherfucking comedy. You know, for years, people make fucking remarks about women doing comedy. The guy from Letterman a couple of years ago got fired because he said there was no funny women. I beg to differ. I think there's... Listen, here's the fucking statement that has always killed me. When you say women aren't funny, you fucking contradict yourself right off the bat, because we all grew up on Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball made us fucking scream for years. I don't say I Love Lucy on TV no more, so it makes you forget. I Love Lucy cracked us up when we were fucking kids. So for you to say somebody's not funny, a woman, a man, whatever, but we're just focusing on women. I grew up on Lucille Ball, so I had tons of fucking respect for them. And I love that lady that died years ago. God bless her soul. I forget what her name is. She was filthy. And I remember watching her host fucking the Tonight Show. She would host for Johnny Carson. And one night she had fucking Vanity on there. And she was saying that fucking, she started torturing Vanity. For you guys who don't know, Vanity is a singer that used to date Prince, and she made a song called Nasty Girl. I played it on my Patreon a couple of weeks ago. People were like, who the fuck is this? It's an old song from 1982. And she was on the Tonight Show. She had gotten a little heat for dating Prince or whatever. She's on the fucking Tonight Show. And the lady said to her, I can't believe you date Prince. He makes Michael Jackson look like a Green Beret and all this shit. I mean, she was fucking cracked. You know, this Prince had not really... Prince had hit. It was like 84, 85. He had hit, but motherfuckers didn't really know who the fuck Prince was, you know? But anyway, I just liked her. And then when I moved to LA, when you go to the Comedy Store, there was a fucking bunch of funny women. And, you know, listen, I had a hard time following guys at the store, but let me tell you something. One of the hardest fucking follows at that store was a lady. What the fuck was her name? It was just on the tip of my tongue. Was a lady from Houston, Texas that used to run with Kennison and Bill Hicks and Carla Bow. She came to one of my shows in Connecticut. Beaumont Bacon was her name. Holy shit. Let me tell you something. When Beaumont Bacon went on a fucking roll, if you had a follower and you were a man, you were dead. You were dead. And I tried to warn guys about her. Like, I'm like, dog, you're following Beaumont Bacon on a Saturday night. You don't want no piece of that. And they would say, fuck you. I'm at the store every night. I can follow anybody. Okay. Listen, it didn't fucking, I knew better. I'm the type of dude that I fucking see the dangers and I try to avoid them. If you gotta fucking, you know, jump into the lion's mouth, you jump into the lion's mouth with fucking 2 hands and your dick out. But, you know, I know what's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, when something's dangerous, I fucking stay the fuck away from it. You know, I don't fuck with it. I loved Beaumont. I loved her. In fact, she came to my show in Connecticut a couple years ago to thank me for talking about her and for respecting her as much as I did. I remember I went to La Jolla. I had to do a gig in San Diego, and I stopped at La Jolla, and there was a comic there, no names, and I went to visit him. He was a good guy, a friend of mine, and I stopped by his show before my show. My show was like a 9 o'clock show, and he had a 7 o'clock. He had an 8 o'clock show. So I took him out to dinner at 7, and he was telling me, like kind of telling me, because I had to follow Beaumont last night, and I'm like, look, dog, listen. I gave him a fucking fair warning. I said, listen, we all want to be fucking great comics. I got no problems with that. But there's certain people that you follow that you have to work harder than others. You know, I told him, because he was saying he was mad because Beaumont was a fucking headliner. And he was a headliner, kind of. And he kept saying, well, we're going to alternate. And I said to him, listen, so she's going to close out the first show? And he goes, no. She's going to close out the second show. I go, listen, bro, you don't want her to close out. You don't want to close out the first show. That's the fucking date show. That's when decent people come and they pay a babysitter and they fucking laugh. And guess what? Those are the same people that go to comedy every week and they see 3-man shows. They're going to see a fucking girl and women are going to go nuts. I go, you don't want to, especially in La Jolla, I go, you don't want to follow her. Just tell her you'll feature for her the first show. That's a smart move. And then the second show, you go buck wild because the audience is buck wild. You have nothing to lose. He's like, nah, that's pussy shit. I'm going to follow her the first show. Listen, if you don't think I stayed to watch the fucking disaster, you obviously don't fucking know me. I'm the type of dude that I got to see it to believe it. So I didn't say anything to him. I tried to fucking warn him that women were dangerous in comedy. He's like, nah, I could follow anybody at the store. I could follow Beaumont Bacon with my eyes closed. Listen, I called the promoter and said there was traffic in L.A., that I'll be there like at 9:15. I usually don't go on those shows till 9:40. I was the headliner those days. I wasn't a headliner either. Let's get that out of the way. That was a long time ago. This had to be like 2000. I wasn't really a good headliner either. I was a fucking a good feature act. And I'll never forget, we walked back from the Chinese restaurant. I walked in there with him. And sure enough, I gave Beaumont a hug. I giggled when I hugged her, one of those, like the one that the butler gave Eddie Murphy in Boomerang when he brought the fucking dish, when he was with the old lady, when he had to fuck the old lady, she would invite people over and then fuck them. That's the way I went up to her and I kind of giggled. I'm like, oh, you're going to kill this poor bastard. She's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. And I just sat there and I watched her go up as a feature for 20 minutes. And this is what I'm saying to you guys. Like a guy like me, I'm dangerous in a 20-minute setting, or I was dangerous in a 20-minute setting. I know you guys heard it 1,000 times because I would take 45 minutes and shrink it into 20 and not stop. It's my world. I don't want to do an hour. Hour comedy, that sucks. I'd rather do 20 minutes and blow you out of the fucking water that you sit there going, what the fuck is this shit? Especially at the store. At the store, I had those 18 minutes down to a science. I know that you'll hear people going, you got to follow Joey at the store. Whitney Cummings always talks about it. The hardest people I ever had to follow was AJ Jamal, Don Herrera, and then in the second chapter of my comedy career, there was one guy that was dangerous in there, and that was Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia, Ali Wong was fucking dangerous as death in the original room. And I made it my point to follow Ali Wong. I told fucking Adam Egget, I go, listen, me and Ali work perfect together. She fucking gets them open and I'll fucking close them. She knows exactly how to open up my doors for me. I loved Ali Wong because Ali Wong would leave me with a tag to open up that wasn't part of my act. Listen, when you go up, I'm going to give comics a little tip right now. When you go up on stage, you don't want to open up with your material. You want to open up with something that just happened in the room. You know what I'm saying? That's how you really get them. And then you go into your written material, but you want to get them with something loose. For example, like Ali Wong would have a bit about going up on stage that she wanted to date a comic, but the comic had to be funnier than her. And for the comic to be funnier than her meant that the comic had to be older than she was. So, right away she's talking about old men. I mean, Allie's probably 32, 33. She's beautiful. I love her to death. Great fucking comic. Great lady. I'm not saying nothing bad about her. But she would go, but she was R-rated, Ali Wong. So she would talk all this shit up there about sex and stuff. And she would say, I want somebody to suck my pussy and all that, whatever. As soon as Ali would bring me up, I would always go, let's keep it going for Ali Wong. I would suck the yin-yang juice out of her pussy. When you say yin-yang juice, they go fucking nuts. You can't say it now because Chinese people get mad at you. You know it's a joke. I would say it on stage. I would say that and bring the fucking house down. Then I could slip into my material. Then Jeff Scott, would play that song for me by not Cool in the Gang, but the other band, Do It Till You're Satisfied, whatever it is. So I would do a little wiggle, and then I would lay the line out about Ali Wong, and I would do that all together. So now it was like a free ride. Once you get them with that yin-yang juice, you just steamroll them now. You don't stop. You don't look back. You don't look at your notes. You just go. And that was my secret. You just go. Keep talking. Talk. Don't even give them a chance to laugh. I wouldn't even give them a chance to laugh. That applause break, I would just keep hammer them for 18 minutes. I would leave there. They would go, what the fuck was that? That's the magic of the store. You learn at the store how to use those 18 minutes. But anyway, forget about all the funniness and shit. Women in comedy have always been a part of me. Last year when people were like, Joe Rogan laughed at him talking about getting his dick sucked. If you see all the women that stick up for me, a bunch of comics, female comics stuck up for me. Why? Because I did pull them aside, and I did talk to them, and I did give them love, and I did show them, don't do that. There was a girl that stuck up for me that I'll never forget. She's beautiful. She was a young girl. We were in the main room, and I saw that she had a shirt, and she was showing her tits. And I had seen her for like 3 Tuesdays in a row, and I really wanted to say something to her, but I didn't want to disrespect her. So finally one night she came up to me. She was a real cute girl, real sweet. I don't know what her name was. She'll tell you when she hears the podcast. She'll pick up a hand and go, he's talking about me. One night we were in the main room. It was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. Place is packed. And I watched her, the earlier show, and she was fucking funny, this girl. And she was really pretty. That's the contradiction. She was a real fucking knockout, and she had tremendous tits, and they're out here. So after like the 3rd week, I couldn't take it. No, I didn't think I was doing her any favors by not telling her. So I pulled her aside like a man. I didn't tell her in front of people. And I go, listen, you're really fucking funny. You got a career in this shit, but you're mistaking. You're thinking that they want to see your tits. I hope you don't get mad at me. You got nice tits. I agree with you. They should see them, but when you're on stage, you don't need those fucking machine guns out. They're just beautiful machine guns. You don't need it. You have the ability to kill them whether you were an ugly girl. I mean, why are you showing those machine guns? There's no need for this fucking rifles out now. Put them away. And she fucking put a sweater on, went out there and killed. And she came back in and she looked at me. She goes, thank you. I could be her father. There was I didn't want to hit on her. I was just giving her advice. And I did the same with a lot of those women, from Kate Quigley. Me and Felicia had a bond. Me and Ali had a bond. Me and Whitney had a bond. Me and Eliza had a bond. When I got in trouble, Eliza reached out to me and said, I support you. I mean, this is because they know who you are and they know how you've been with them. The store got a bad rap over the years for, they don't put enough women on stage. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. The women that deserved to be there were there. And I saw them all, and I supported them all, and we laughed together, and we always had a great fucking time. So whoever tells you that, when you hear it, don't believe the hype. Women grew there. Women grew there by fucking huge numbers because all of us took them and took care of them and told them it was going to be fine. That's what you do with younger comics. And I did the same with male comics. I did the same with everybody. After a while, you're a comic, but you're older. You've been doing it for 20 years. They look up to you as somebody to give them help or advice. It's not that you're their mentor or nothing like that. I was never, no, who would fucking have me for a mentor? You're out of your mind. You just talk to people. My guest today is ELEANOR Kerrigan. All the respect from every part of my body goes to ELEANOR Kerrigan. She was a waitress for 12 years at the store when the store was nothing. She looked, she listened, she learned, and she kept her mouth shut. And for that, I fucking love her with all my heart. And she gets all the respect that I have. Andrew takes her on the road. Rogan has taken her on the road. We've all done shows with her. We give her all the respect in the world because she did it. She fucking paid attention. She sat there. She saw how to do it, and now she's one of the top women working in the country. I mean, she doesn't have the heat that Whitney has or fucking, Eliza, but give it time. ELEANOR's on her way. I hope you enjoy this interview. I'll be back. Stay black. Enjoy. What up?
Joe Diaz!
What's
How
happening, beautiful? Thank you for calling into the joint today.
I'm so excited.
Me
Is
too.
this,
You
is
look
this
great.
light too bright?
Nah, it looks great.
I bring my light with me now in case I have to do auditions or something.
Good for you. That's the new fucking thing now. We got to bring a light. You look great, Eleanor. I like your hair.
Like the show. Oh yeah, I had to buy a new blow dryer because my blow dryer blew up. So this one just flattens it.
Now, where are you guys tonight?
Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm
And
sorry.
then-
Yeah, Fort Worth Hyenas. It's
Okay, that's a good club.
that's a great club. I haven't been there in a minute.
I remember
How
one
are
time.
you?
Good. I went to Hyenas in Fort Worth, and I did the Thursday night show.
Uh huh.
And when I walked out of there, I was fucking starving. I had a Coke Rock in my pocket, but I had to eat something because I couldn't do the Coke on an empty stomach. And there was a black dude with a white wife beater, like a white, a regular wife beater shirt on.
Makes sense.
Fucking handprints all over the stomach. He was as big as I was at the time. I was tipping the scales like 375. This brother had to be like 390. So we connected right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just connect. You're a fat dude. I'm a fat slob. He was selling pork chops with the bone on white bread. Yes, he was. He was frying them up. The griddle was filthy. And nobody else would buy the pork chops except your fucking Cuban buddy over here. I must have ate 6 of those fucking things. They were delicious. Just a pork chop.
You didn't get sick?
Not at all on white bread. I didn't get sick those days. Once you put cocaine in your body, you ain't going to get sick. Fucking McDonald's ain't going to do shit to you. You know what I'm saying? You could eat at fucking Carl's Jr. and you won't fucking die. So
that is amazing to buy meat on the side of the road on a grill. I've done it. I've done it a couple times. I've gotten burgers like outside of clubs. You're right. You go outside of a club, you're just like starving. You're usually wasted. I don't do Coke, but I would get drunk. And I'd be like, let me just eat. You eat a million hamburgers. You're like, oh, the next day you wake up sick to your stomach. And you didn't get sick.
No.
That's my white stomach, my white Irish stomach. It's very weak.
And you motherfuckers, the Irish could eat anything. You guys been eating fucking dirty potatoes for 2,000 fucking years. Those potato skins are filthy. I eat them. I like potato skins, but the Irish taught me how to eat the fucking skins in the Bronx when I was a kid. They're like, you gotta eat the skins. I'm like, I don't eat no fucking skins. Irish love the skin.
Eat the whole fucking thing.
Oh,
They'll just bite a potato. But they like things with no flavor. That's the Irish. But boil the flavor out of it, and you got an Irish meal.
The Flamingo Kid, when
the singing eater.
How many pounds of potatoes will I eat before I die? Because they eat potatoes like a motherfucker in the Bronx and shit. I'm telling you, that's where I ate potatoes, in the Bronx. When I moved here from Cuba, my mom had that operation in the Bronx. And my whole palate got fucking up there. The palate is Italian ice. You know, the Bronx is the best when you're a fucking kid. They got everything. Fucking piraguas, the Puerto Rican Italian ice, where there's a big slab of ice.
Oh, yeah.
And
then
they fucking
just
shave it, dirty hands. They don't wear gloves. COVID at its best. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, you get COVID from different things. I'm like, no. You got to eat the right shit. Like, I think all that stuff blocks it for us. Like, that helps us fight it off. Don't you think?
I was in a restaurant the other night, and the guy's walking with dishes, and he's breathing on the fucking food and shit. And I'm like, am I going to just eat fucking COVID? I mean, is that what we're getting to right now?
What variant is this dish?
Yeah, you got to bring the fucking dish with a cover on it, like room service. You can't be walking through a restaurant with 80 people, everybody breathing, the fucking COVID's in the air. Now you eat a meatball, next thing you know, the fucking meatball gave you COVID. Now you got to go to the doctor and tell him, where'd you get COVID at? I don't know. A meatball gave it to me, you fat fuck. Get your life together.
It was somebody's birthday, and they brought a cake, and we all blew the candles out. We spit on each other, and then we ate the cake, and now we're all dead. That's where we're at. That's crazy.
It's fucking crazy. Now it's making a comeback like herpes. Now you got to worry about fucking having like a fucking thing on your lip. Wait till they start shaving eyebrows like in Road Warrior. Like you got to put 2 nicks in your eyebrows to let them know you got COVID, how many times you got it. Fucking crazy. This world's teardrops of COVID. How many grandmothers died? You got to have put fucking these fucking grandma killers. These
so
comedy
good.
club owners, they call them grandma killers. They're fucking grandma killers. You go in their clubs now, there's no more pictures of comics. There's just pictures of dead grandmothers and shit.
You know, my mom had COVID and she's 82 and she got through it. And I swear she had it twice because she got real sick right before the pandemic. And she don't remember having COVID the second time. And I'll say, Mom, you had COVID. She goes, no, I didn't have COVID. I'm like, Mom, you had COVID. So she's like, I did not have COVID. And then she'll go, well, that's bullshit. I'm like, what? And she goes, they promised it would kill me. And I go, God damn. Like, that's the Irish in a nutshell right there. Just waiting to die.
When the pandemic started, I wrote an obituary. I was like, because the first 2 weeks, people told you can't touch the mail. I still remember people telling me, don't go out and get your mail. And I'm like, there's a check in the mailbox.
Wipe it down. Yeah, they were saying
wipe that motherfucker down. That's a SAG check for $1. I'm cashing it. I don't care who it's from. It's an old residual. People are like, don't touch the mail. Don't wipe down the boxes. So we didn't really know, like we didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, I was scared, and I said, the only way I can get unscared is if I just write an obituary. And I just wrote an obituary out. I took a picture of my balls, and I told my wife if I die at the funeral parlor to use the picture of my balls as the mass card. You know how people give a picture of a saint?
Obituary in your balls.
No, like in the back, like a regular prayer card, except with a saint, just your balls, and then flip it around. Joey Diaz, fucking Nee Valdez. Left a daughter, a wife, some fucking waitresses at the store. Fucking crazy. He did so comedy. Amazing.
I want to kill you just to get the card.
I know. That's what I was dying for people to. That's my last thing I leave to the world. You're all upset. Joey Diaz died, and all of a sudden you got a prayer card. There's a picture of my balls. Like that motherfucker. He got us all the way to the end with these fucking things, and now you got to hang it up on your refrigerator. Right?
Oh yeah.
What do you do with the prayer cards?
Put
now
it with the other prayer cards. Pop, and Joe Diaz's balls.
Pop, picture of St. Michael, a picture of Jesus, and a picture of my nuts. Fucking perfect. I'm sitting in the right hand of the Lord.
People are looking at it like, I wonder what patron saint this is.
The balls. That's what. Saint Balls. Nobody heard of that saint. He doesn't have a head. Just balls. That's it.
Oh, he's got a head. He's got wrecking balls coming at you.
Wrecking balls. What's going on with you, beautiful?
Nothing. I'm just trying to survive, man. We're on the road. It's so weird. People are breaking our stones because we're not coming out and hanging out. You can't hang out. Don't they know we're in a fucking pandemic? People are giving me shit online for wearing a mask. Go fuck yourself. I'm trying to make money. And if I get sick, I'm fucked.
If you're a comic right now, if you're looking at the bands, like Jimmy Florentine, I feel so bad for. He's the kiss of death when it comes to concerts. He got 4 tickets for 4 different concerts, and they all got COVID. That tells you something right there.
Oh, my God.
Limp Bizkit, Friday night in Atlantic City, he was supposed to go. They got COVID. Something Sons, I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong band.
Right.
Stained and Korn tomorrow night. Korn, the singer from Korn, got COVID. And Leonard Skinner, the guitar player from Leonard Skinner. So that'll let you know what's going on right now. If you're on the road, Sebastian got it, Tim Dillon got it, you're going to get it. Unless you go out like Guns N' Roses in a bubble. We're trying to bubble it.
You
got to bubble it. It doesn't, as a comic.
It's so hard.
Especially
in Austin. Huh?
Really? Why is Austin going to be rough?
No, especially when we were in Austin, because so many people come to see. There's so many people. Comedy Store basically moved down here, like a lot of them. So everybody's like, come hang out. And I'm like, we can't. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard as a comic. You want to go fuck around and drink and just be normal, but you can't. You got to take a step back. It's fucking crazy.
In Austin last weekend, or you going back to Austin this weekend?
I'm going back to Austin on Thursday, but we were in Austin Saturday and Sunday.
And now you guys, is Andrew going with you back to Austin, or that's it?
No. This is just me. I'm going to do some shows at the Vulcan and the Creek and the Cave, and then do some podcasts and stuff.
And you and Andrew have a lot of work left?
Yeah, we have a couple, yeah. And some of them are his gigs, like makeup gigs from last year, and then some of them are just me headline. Like I'm headlining Atlantic City, the celebrity. It's called the Celebrity Theater in the Claridge.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm doing that August 28th, but the night before we're in Chicago, and that's his gig. So I'm opening for him, coming back, and then just going right to Atlantic City.
I'm sorry I didn't come to see you last time. You guys were at Uncle Vinny's.
Oh yeah, but
I
again,
had the
it's like
stitches in my fucking mouth.
You had what?
Stitches in my fucking mouth. 58 years old. You know, when does it end? When does
it's going to get worse. Poor
I know.
Andrew.
I look at my dick. I look at my balls. It's a horrible situation. I don't even look at myself naked. You know, when you come out of the shower, you always got that mirror, and you just look like, what's going on with my body? I had to stop like 2 weeks ago. My dick, I don't know what happened to it. My ball sack is fucking old. I'm old. You know.
Is it between your knees now? Is it that low?
No, it's kept its patois.
Oh, it's kept its buoyancy.
Yeah, the
That's
bounce
awesome.
is still there.
That's
I got a lot
good.
of bounce to the ounce, but
Little Cuban beans in there, just
I
bouncing
wouldn't
up.
show it to nobody no more, even as a goof. Like you can't show it to nobody. I don't even show it to my wife anymore. It's all over. You get so
You might
old
be
and so
grateful for that.
self-conscious. Yeah. I had to shave everything. I had like a heat rash for a couple of weeks. I get, in the humidity and shit. Like this is one reason.
Forget it.
Listen, I didn't remember all the shit I hated about Jersey. And the thing I hate the most is the fucking humidity.
The humidity.
When that thing gets in your asshole with the swamp and you don't even take a shit, but your ass smells, you're like, it draws the stink out of your kidneys and shit. I went to a restaurant Sunday night and they brought a clove of garlic. A clove. And I'm eating the whole fucking thing. I'm seeing that Jimmy ain't eating it, my wife ain't eating it, and I'm popping cloves like they're fucking Tic Tacs.
Who eats cloves of garlic? That's crazy. What are you, a vampire?
It was a whole garlic.
Uh-huh.
But they put it on the dish with the steak, and you could squeeze them out and pop them out and eat them. I must have
like edamame. That's funny.
Oh yeah,
weird.
Just like edamame. You never been to the garlic restaurant on
the Stinking Rose? No.
Yeah, on La Cienega.
No.
Okay, they give you a whole thing of garlic, but they steam it. And instead of putting butter on your bread, you push the garlic out and you smear it on your bread and you eat that. Oh, fucking tremendous. But don't go to you can't go to the Stinking Rose if you have to do something afterward.
Anything, because
Like
it's disgusting. You could smell it driving up La Cienega.
You can't.
It fucking stinks.
It stinks terrible. You stink terrible.
My ex had a rule: no garlic. If I ate garlic 2 days and I didn't see him for 2 days, I'd be with him and he'd go, "When'd you have garlic?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Does that just stay on you?" So I'm afraid of garlic because he wouldn't go near me. And
no, you gotta eat garlic. It's good for your heart. It cleans out the valves
Oh,
and
is
shit. Takes your stomach over and you blow. I blew a fart Sunday night. The first official fart from the garlic was like 3 hours later. It was silent. It was small. But I blew up my basement that my wife came down and she goes, "Jesus Christ, the cats blew up the fucking litter box." I go, "Don't blame it on the cats. Not this time. This is all Papa." And then Monday I went to the gym and there's like this couple that they won't shut the fuck up at the gym. They constantly talk. He constantly talks. He requests bad music. He was doing sit-ups. It was perfect. I was doing the axes outside, hitting the tire. And I walked in. There's a little alley in the back. Just a little segment where you walk in. It's not closed off. He was in there doing the sit-ups on the fucking sit-up machine.
he was coming into it.
He was coming into it. So I just stood right there with my back to him, and I dropped one of those long rippers.
Yeah, like a dense fart, like that just lives.
It just came out warm out of my ass. I was doing fucking crunches and hitting the tire. So I was working it. I could feel the fart developing. It was sticking to the ribs. And I cupped it. You have to cup it like a...
Oh my God, my brothers used to do that. Put it in my mouth.
And you push the fucking fart down. And I blew that fart and he walked into it. His face was red. I looked at him from the fucking squat machine. He walked into it. His face was as red as my shirt. And when he inhaled it on the sit-up, I could see he just stopped. He froze, and then he went down slowly. And he's like, it stinks in here. What's that smell? Because he's a little fucked up in that. And I went up to one of the trainers. I go, he ain't going to say a word for 10 fucking minutes now. And he didn't say a word. He just walked around with his nose shut.
Just tell him it's good for your heart.
He told his wife not to go on that side. Don't come on this side. It smells funny. I don't know. I think one of the toilet broke.
You clear a gym with your fart? That's disgusting.
I cleared a quarter of the fucking gym. I'll tell you that much. It's not a big gym, but I took that motherfucking, the one guy, Rich, he's like a crazy Brooklyn guy. He's like, I smelt that fart. That was tremendous. I go, it was fucking tremendous. That's some of my best work.
I mean, you're getting congratulated for a fart. That's amazing. That must be
tremendous.
real art.
It's an art. I don't fart anymore like I used to because I stopped eating the garlic pills. I would eat them on purpose around Lee because I wanted to fucking fuck him up. You know what I'm saying?
Poor
I wanted
Lee.
to get stoned and to taste the flavor of my muffler and to taste the patois of the asshole. And he would, so he would just sit in that little corner and he'd walk out of there smelling like a stinking rose, dog. But that stinking rose, you cannot eat there and go to I ate there one time. In 23 years I lived in L.A., I went there one night.
Never went there.
And I went straight to the Comedy Store afterward, and I fucking stunk. The girl I was with stunk. It's just a stinky fucking proposition. You know what I'm saying? It throws the pH off on your pussy and your asshole.
So the two of you just banging stinks together.
Stink. No, I took showers, and she had to take a shower too. Ain't nobody coming in here with a garlic asshole or garlic flavored pussy in my house and shit.
So how did you get stitches in your mouth?
Before I left fucking LA, I had to do a cap and shit. My coke tooth had fucked up. The one in the front. And they had to replace it, and then they had to, you just can't go to the dentist for one tooth.
Oh,
it
no.
It never works. Then they start with this one won't match that one. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not a
chew?
fucking model.
Who cares? Yeah.
Well, this one doesn't match, and if we do those, then we got to do the ones in the bottom. So I ended up doing 8 fucking teeth, and my little Dracula fang over here got infected, and now they're infected. My gums are infected again, so I got to go back on the 30th. Awful. Yeah.
I have nightmares from the dentist because as a kid, this tooth, I got it knocked out by a football. This older kid threw the football. I went to catch it. I thought I was tough, I hit so hard. The tooth went up. It didn't come out until like 5th or 6th grade. And then it came straight out and it was jet black. And they were like, oh. And my mom didn't have money. So we had to go to like dentist schools. And we go in the dentist school and they do work for free because they want to learn. And my mom's like, yeah, see if you can fix that. My brothers used to call me yuck mouth because my teeth were all fucked up. And then I go in there and they're in there and they're like, it's like learning. So they're in your mouth and you hear oops. And I'm like, the fuck is oops? No oops. No, I have enough oops in here. Don't oops me. But they fixed it and I got braces for free. And I have braces forever. And then I let my bottom teeth go. So now I have to get Invisalign.
Jesus Christ, it don't stop.
They never stop. It never stops. But now I have to pay for it. I can't go to any dental school. No. I'm too old.
Man.
But I don't know how, but I have I have teeth. And I shouldn't because they were so bad. And I got them knocked out a lot.
It's crazy because I lived in like 4 areas where you could go to schools. And I had friends that would say, you want a massage? Like in Boulder, when I lived in Boulder, there was a place that was a massage school. So if you went there, you got a massage for like fucking $10, because they're learning. And then there was another place. Where did I live? Oh, when I lived in Boulder, there was also a place that a girl told me, you come in and get your hair cut at any time you want because we're students. I went in there one time, half my hair was blue, the other one was fucking green. I said, I ain't going back there no more. That was the only time I went to one of those schools. I'm not going to lie to you because
those are scary because you never know what's going to happen. My sister was doing that. She was in high school. You remember when you go to school and you could have, you could go for a trade? Like instead of going to high school, they would let you you go to regular academic for half the day and then go to another school and learn a trade. My sister was becoming a hairdresser. She's 10 years older. She gave me a body wave in the 3rd grade. I looked like such a dick at my communion because I had this ugly body wave, but she was testing it on my hair. My mom let her. Awful. I'd have to go to school like a poodle for years because of her. So when she shaved one side of my head, fucking Karen. That's her name too.
But you look good, Eleanor. You look really good.
Thank you. I can't believe I have hair because of her. But I like the shirt, made in South Philly.
I fucking love the shirt, man. That's you. Made in South motherfucking Philly. How's the COVID situation in Philly? They don't even give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. There's
my buddy no mask. They breathe on you.
Oh, yeah. My buddy that makes these shirts, his name's Tony Bat, Dirty Mug. He's unbelievable. He's doing shirts for me, too. And so he's like, what are you wearing a mask for? What's wrong with you? And I go, I know, I'm just, because I'm traveling a lot. And he's like, you don't need no mask. I'm like, I do need a mask. And he goes, didn't you get COVID when your mom got it? I go, yeah. He goes, you can't get it again. I go, thanks, Fauci. Just give me a T-shirt.
You can't get it again. Oh, you can't. I think Steve Simone got it twice.
I think you can get it. Yeah, I think it will be mild, but you can get it. Because I definitely think my mom had it twice. She was so sick in February before the shutdown. And then we shut down. She went to the doctors. Somebody in the office had it. She got it, brought it home, and then we all got it, taking care of her because she was going through some dumb shit. Normal 82-year-old shit.
82.
But now she's 83. She's killing it. Yeah.
83. COVID already came and went. She got the world by the balls. You're a lucky lady, Eleanor. At least you got good genes. You're going to be alive kids, for a long fucking time. 10 kids,
No uterus. She's killing it.
No uterus. The COVID fucking didn't take it down. I send you my love. You're fucking lucky. You still got your mom around.
Oh, yeah. I torture her every day. A lot of people don't know what it's like not
to have a fucking mom. You still got your mom around, It's crazy how
funny.
I don't think of myself with this COVID. Like, I didn't really think of what I was losing with this COVID. I thought about, because all comics like us are losing is money.
Yeah.
That's it. We're just losing money. So I didn't really think about it like that. I thought about the younger comics, the guys that have been doing comedy for 4 years.
3 years,
5 years, 3 years. Like, that breaks my heart because I knew how I was at the 5-year level. You weren't going to tell me I wasn't getting on stage because of some fucking disease.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't going to tell me. Like, I remember, I had to actually think back and go, let's be honest with yourself, Joey. At the 5-year mark, you weren't going to fucking stop me from going on stage. I used to, if I couldn't go, it was like a drug for me. It had become an addiction. It had become an addiction like any other addiction I had. And I would, if worst case scenario, I would hit a karaoke spot.
Oh, yeah. I did everything. Remember we were doing strip clubs in LA? I was doing cheetahs. I was doing...
That's right.
It was insane. I loved it.
It's insane. You have to, at the 20-year mark, 30-year mark, you're already established. You're just losing money. You could write at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're so mature at comedy that you're like, okay, this isn't that bad. I feel bad for the guys that, Josh Potter had like so many things going on and COVID swept them from him. The guys that were just ready to headline.
Just right there, yeah.
It's like when I was doing like in 2008 or 9, whenever the strike was, I was doing My Name is Earl, and I had like 4 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, this is great. I'm going to be on TV for pilot season.
That's so great.
Which means that fucking February, you're on TV. Some producer's going to be at home.
Deal.
It's My Name is Earl. They're going to see you and go, maybe I could use that fat fuck for my show, And all of a sudden, there was a fucking writer's strike. I was heartbroken. Like, I'm like, what do you mean a writer's strike? I got to go to work. I got My Name is Earl with Michael Rappaport. We're having a good time.
I'm killing it, yeah.
I'm killing it. And now you motherfuckers come up with a strike? Like, I was fucking heartbroken, but that could only happen to me at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had all my fucking trees planted on this fucking TV show being on TV in February, and now there's a fucking writer's strike. So, like, throughout this whole thing, I didn't really think of the older comics. Like, you have something you could do. You know what I'm saying? You could go write a script. You know what you're doing already.
Yeah.
I thought about the younger guys, like 5, 6 years that were just getting ready to feature. Mm-hmm. Like they just got their first feature week, March 18th, March 19th, and everything closed down on the 17th or the 16th of March. It was a Monday. So you're like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I felt so bad for those guys,
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think that I'm not mad at you or anything. I'm just saying that, like, I do feel bad for all the comics, because it's money involved, and I felt bad in that aspect. But I didn't feel bad, the money will come later. We'll go on the road later.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, in the beginning, I think everybody was in panic mode, like, fuck. But I was making jokes that I'm the pandemic comic, because they're like, who draws 30 people? Will you come to Kansas City? I'm like, hey, man, I don't got no kids. I'm good. I'll come. And I would fly out in June. Like, I was going to places because I was already booked, but they got all canceled. And then once they opened up a little, they were like, hey, would you come here? And I did. And I went to Arizona. I went to Minnesota. I was all over the place. And that's why I recorded an album at Uncle Vinny's, because I was working that out. I had already planned to do it before the pandemic, but I was lucky enough to go out. And we only had, I think they could only sell like 30 tickets. So they were like, who would want to work in front of 30 people? I'm like, I will. So I did. I got lucky, and I was doing, and then money got cut in half, obviously everything. So you're still struggling, but at the same time, I was still getting to do what I wanted to do. And I was able to record the album at Uncle Vinny's in April. So it was very exciting. You
have no idea, like when older comics talk, like from the Comedy Store, how many people are really proud of you.
Oh,
you have no
that's so
idea.
Sweet.
I think Ari came down here maybe 2 months ago. We went to get Chinese food, and we were talking about you. We were talking about, the jump that Eleanor made. Like Eleanor paid attention for 10 years without doing
12.
12 years without doing comedy, but you paid attention. And I always tell, when people always say to me, well, I'm thinking of starting comedy, if I know the person really well and I like them, I'll go, listen, the best advice, just get a job around it.
Around it is 100%.
Get a job around it. I don't care if you're a doorman. I don't care if you're a bartender. I don't care if you're a busboy. Get a job around it. So you
look at our Punky.
Yeah.
Look at our Punky.
Unbelievable.
I mean, literally, like, she's like, you did it first. I'm like, no, I did not. I wasn't a waitress. I would never. I left as a waitress, came back a year later as a comic. And Mitzi, the reason I was so nervous to tell Mitzi is because, and I put this quote on my album, but Mitzi would always go, oh no, another waitress turned comic. It's going to be awful. And she was not wrong. She wasn't wrong. But Punky came in as a comic. You know what I mean? I didn't come in as a comic. I had no interest. But Punky came in as a comic, worked her ass off as a waitress, a bartender, whatever job she would be able to do to get stage time in any way, shape, or form. Now she's on SNL. I think she's doing a show right now. She booked a show, so she had to cancel a lot of her live gigs. She's killing it. And I couldn't be happier or prouder of her.
They had
that's a real product of the
Comedy Store. Yeah.
Yeah.
It pissed me off because all these women were talking shit about the Comedy Store.
Oh, please don't get me angry.
They had no idea that a lot of the male comics in there were giving love to the females, the way,
100%.
We were excited for you. We were really excited for you. I think, if I have I still remember going to the Comedy Store like before the pandemic and me and Joe watching you like in the original room one night and going, can you fucking believe Eleanor? Like, this is she's killing up here. Like, who the fuck would thought, And
so awesome.
So many people from the store, like even when Punky got Saturday Night Live, dog, I think I cried.
Me too, same.
I wish
so
people
excited.
knew what love we had for each other, whether it's Felicia, you, Ali Wong, fucking the little blonde chick that's like a prowess on stage, Eliza Schlesinger.
Jessica, yeah. I love Jessica, Michelle Singer.
Oh my God, people had no idea how close we were. I'll never forget ripping my fucking hamstring and being on the floor in pain and going, what the fuck? And Annie Lederman coming up to me going, you want me to get somebody to suck your dick? And I'm like, do you want your blowjob? Do you want to get your dick sucked? And I'm like, Annie, what the fuck? And she's like, I'll get one of the guys here to suck your dick while you're on the floor. People don't understand. It pissed me off so much. And you want to yell, but you're like, it's not going to, they don't know. They don't fucking know. They get it from one girl that says, I went to the store and I was mistreated.
They didn't give me a spot.
They didn't give me a spot. Yeah, they're not gonna.
You got to work for it. You got to really put the time. You got to really, like, stop getting on Twitter and complaining about shit. Just go write jokes. Like Annie and I say it all the time. Annie, I think she wrote it like because somebody was giving the store a hard time because they didn't understand how you get in the store. They thought your manager calls and then you just get spots. That's not how life works. That's not how it works over there. Maybe at other clubs, but not at the Comedy Store. You have to come up. I remember as assholey as Tommy was, what's his name was doing the Emmys or something, and Jeff Chetty brought him in. Oh shit, he's a big name, and I can't think. I could see his face. Jason Sudeikis. He walked in and he goes, "Hey, he wants to work out some stuff." And Tommy was like, "Well, he's not a regular." I was like, "Holy shit!" But he goes, "Well, we can give him some time in the belly room." You know, it's like, dude, you got to go through the process of the store. You don't get to just walk in there. You don't get to just come in and become a regular because you have credits. I mean, a little bit now, but not like before.
No. Listen, you can have 20 credits. If you can't cut it up on stage, it ain't going to help you.
100%.
All your credits are not going to help you. So knock it off with the fucking credits.
If I
the
hear
credit
one
you
more
need
person,
is hard work. That's the
right.
credit that you need. Credits don't do dick for you. That's what people, there's nothing more annoying than going through comedy and then reflecting on the stories when you were MC and a feature act, especially an MC. I still remember all the headliners that gave me a hard time. Like, this is my name, don't forget to mention NBC. It's not going to matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to eat a bag of dicks. I saw you act. You're terrible. I could go up there and say that Jesus and you wrote jokes together. It doesn't matter. You're going to suck.
Doesn't matter.
I was lucky enough to be a host at the Broker in Boulder. That's where I really cut my teeth. It was a one-nighter for Tribble. And those California comics were failures in California. That's why they were doing Tribble runs as a headliner, I'm sorry to say. And they would treat you, a feature act, the guy who was emceeing, like shit. They would treat me like shit. I would have to check them and tell them, don't forget I'll fucking, put you in the trunk of a car and shit. I'd have to check them. But it was always, you forgot to say Friday Night Lights. Who gives a fuck? You were an extra.
That's right. Exactly.
What about the dudes who would tell you that they were in a movie and they were really an extra and they lied to you? I remember being a feature act and seeing a headliner talking to people after the show, and they would ask him, like, so what's next for you? Are you in any? And I would feel like going, stop it. He's on a Tribble run. He's in no danger. What are you asking if there's any television in his life? There's nothing in his life. He's a bum. This guy, there were people who tell me that don't go to LA. You're not going to get any spots. I still remember being at the Improv on a Sunday night. It was like my first Sunday at the Improv. And I'm like, I've been here 2 weeks. I'm getting spots at the Improv. What were those jerk-offs on the road talking about? You're not going to get any spots.
Because they don't work hard and they're not funny. They're missing everything. They have the credits. They're coming. They're showing up. But they're not funny. You're missing the key element. You got to be funny. And at the Comedy Store, when girls shit on the Comedy Store, and I do know for a fact that there were some girls that had some issues with some male comics, not the establishment itself, but some male comics, whatever. But they don't represent the whole place. There's a small group of idiots that did some dumb shit, right? But every time a female comic says, well, fuck this store, they don't put enough women on or this or that, it's like you're discrediting every fucking one of us that busted our ass and get in there and bump those fucking guys off the lineup because we're better than them. You should, Eliza Schlesinger, I don't care if you like her or don't like her, her hard work, her work ethic is unfucking believable. She had a bad fucking relationship and wrote a movie about it and then got it on Netflix. And I think she's recording her, 9th special. And she's selling out theaters, and no one says a fucking word about that. They're just like, oh, fuck, they don't hire women. What are you, crazy? Candace Thompson writes on every show. She's fucking phenomenal. Like, what are you saying? There's so many Leslie Jones. There's so many of us. And every time they say it, they discredit how hard we fucking work to get in there and stay in there. Annie Letterman too. She's moving up in the ranks. She's one of my absolute favorites as a person, and just fucking hilarious. Everybody knows I love Annie. So I mean, I have my favorites, of course. But when somebody's funny, like they hated Adam because they're like, oh, he only puts on people that have credits. No, he doesn't. He puts on people that make him fucking laugh. And he was in charge. And if you made him laugh and you did well in that room, you got spots. If you didn't, he took you out, just like Mitzi would do. Tommy did it too, but
Adam was a very good talent coordinator.
Excellent.
I've had my favorites in there. I really like Scott Day.
Oh, yeah, I love Scott Day.
Scott Day was one of my favorites. I was out there with him and Andrew arguing one night. Him and Andrew used to argue.
Oh, because Andrew was banned, right?
Yes,
I remember that.
That's how I met Andrew, through Scott Day, an argument with Scott Day.
What do you mean I'm banned? He got banned every week.
Still talk to Scott Day on Facebook.
Me too. Yeah, I love Scott.
He's a good guy. I've never forgotten him. I never forgot what he did for, I used to talk to him. I used to go in there and go, dog, I keep bombing in here. I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't want to hide the fact. Like, there was some nights he would stay late.
Yeah. And if he liked you, he really would work. He would push that you got spots.
He pushed for me. And that's because I was honest with him. Because I went up to him and told him I was struggling. Like, I'm having a hard time in here some nights. Mitzi, you couldn't tell her you were struggling because then she'd throw you right back into the mouth of the lion. I went up to Mitzi and I was like, dog, I struggle in the main room. Don't put me in there no more. You're in there Friday and Saturday. Fuck. And I hated going in there even though it was a lot more money. I didn't know. I wanted to be honest with everybody. So I would go up to her and go, Mitzi, I'm struggling on the weekends in the main room. I can't follow AJ Jamal. I can't follow Dom
Broke chocolate.
Yeah, AJ Jamal.
I fucking love AJ.
AJ Jamal. I've been trying to bring up this guy's name for years.
I got to feature for him in Arizona, and I was so excited. And he's like, "You're doing comedy?" It was years ago.
I have not seen him.
Oh my God, he was in Arizona. I was so excited, and Dan Madonia was with me. He was going to be the host, and we were so excited. And he goes, "Who's AJ Jamal?" I go, "No one likes you." How do you not know AJ Jamal? He's so fucking funny.
And clean.
He killed. And he was clean.
For you guys at home that don't know AJ Jamal, Mitzi used to give me spots behind him. And Dom, him on Friday and Dom Herrera on Saturday. I fucking hated Dom. Because he would fucking light that room on fire and then say shit to me as I was walking on stage. You motherfucker. You guinea bastard, you.
Yeah, just break your balls.
You're breaking my balls before I bomb. I'm going to go in there and eat a bag of dicks. I'll never forget one night while I was driving down there and I got pulled over to get a ticket. And I'm like, thank God. I don't have to follow Dom Herrera tonight or fucking
You're such an
Jamal. I'd rather pay the $100 ticket. I used to, and explain to the people at home, in the original room, it's $15.
Yeah.
In the main room in 97 and 98 was $225. On Saturdays it was maybe $180. I didn't want the money. I'd rather be broke. Even though I was a junkie on coke, I didn't want Mitzi, don't put
You're
me
like,
in the
I
main
need
room.
to grow. Put me in the $15
I need to grow.
room.
I'd rather get the $15 and try to find the cell phone and sell it to the bank robbers from St. Louis. Remember those black dudes that used to hang out?
Oh, do I remember?
Do you remember? They were bank robbers. Every night I go into the store. I think I left my cell phone. I didn't even have I think I had a pager. Enough money for JJ, the king of beepers. The fucking...
Yes.
Remember Paul Mooney used to goof on JJ? He had a joke that wrapped up with JJ, the king of beepers.
King of beepers.
King of beepers. And for people who don't know, JJ, the king of beepers, was...
What was that, the first one?
He was the prostitute's investor. What's the big madam?
Oh, Heidi Fleiss.
Heidi Fleiss. He was partners with Heidi Fleiss, JJ, the king of beepers. When we moved to LA, the fucking store was huge.
King of beepers.
He had like 10 million beepers in there. And then the store
kept getting smaller. He just brought back so many memories.
Smaller. It was right behind Wendy's on Sunset, behind Hoy's Walk.
Yep. The whole little mini mall.
He had... JJ, the king of beepers, must have had fucking 20 offices when I moved to LA. And then over time, it just kept getting smaller and smaller. And then he got arrested for the Heidi Fleiss thing.
Right.
Something happened and the thing just shrunk to fucking nothing. I'd have to go in there once a month and pay $30 for the fucking pager. The shit we used to.
So
Eleanor,
good.
do you remember? Like, I dated my wife as boyfriend and girlfriend, but we didn't say nothing to nobody because we didn't want Mitzi to
Oh, I
find out.
know.
And one night we walked into Rock and Roll Rouse and we saw you. You were
I
the
remember.
first one to know we were dating, and I remember.
And I was
you were
like,
"What
oh,
are you-
boy.
What are you doing with her?" And I'm like, "I don't know. She don't even fucking eat butter. She eats margarine. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing with her." I made her buy butter for the first time. She's like, "I've been eating margarine for you." Who eats
Oh,
margarine?
my God,
White
that's
people do.
disgusting.
I fucking hate margarine. But that first
No.
date, that was the first time we ever went shopping together. We were together like 3 weeks and you busted us. We're like, what the fuck do we do now?
I got eyes everywhere. But this is what I was going to say about Scott Day. Like, the difference between Scott Day and Adam Egget was that Adam, he was the guy. Like, with Scott, like, you could go talk to Scott and tell him, "Oh, and I'm not doing well. I don't know what to do," whatever, because he wasn't the main person. He could, if he wasn't giving you spots, he could say, "Oh, well, Mitzi's just not giving you spots." You know what I mean? Whereas Adam was the guy. So people would attack Adam and be like, "I have credits. How dare you not give me spots?" And he's like he has nobody to blame it on. He can't say, "Oh, Mitzi," or this or whatever. So he just got his ass kicked. So he would hide in the back of the Comedy Store. And I'd be like, "Adam, why are you hiding behind a door?" He's like, "They're fucking coming at me." I'm like, "Get in your car and get out of here." But he would try to like stay and like watch people to see if they were getting better or not. And they weren't. No one gave him the respect he deserved. Maybe it's because we knew him too well. When he was a manager, we would shit on him.
Like, I didn't know Adam as a manager. I knew Adam as a talent. Like, I didn't go there for those 7 years. So I knew Adam as a talent coordinator, never as a manager or anything else. I thought he was great.
I agree. Nothing better than sexually harassing Adam.
Yeah,
which
Adam
is what
was
I
a great
do
guy.
on a regular basis. I saw him in Austin and I grabbed his ass and he's like, "Okay, come on." And I'm like, "Come on, let me see." And he's like, "Get away from me." I'm like, "Come on. We all want to see that hog. Let me see it."
Oh my God.
He gets so mad.
Eleanor, so the CD comes out Friday.
Yeah, or August 20th. Is that Friday?
20th,
Is that
20th, Friday.
Yes, Friday.
How do you feel about it?
I'm excited. At first, because you record the album. It's with the 800-pound gorilla people. They're so nice.
Good people.
And great people. And they sent both nights in tracks. So I had to listen to it, I don't know, 100 fucking times because I was like, this is terrible. The first week I was like, it's awful. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting it out. It's the worst album I ever heard. And then the guy goes, well, where do we go from here? And I'm like, obviously I quit the business and I moved back to Philadelphia and just marry whoever's getting out of prison in the next couple weeks. He was like, you might want to take a day or two and not listen and then go back to it. And then I did. And I think, as a comic, we just beat this shit out of ourselves, and you want it to be funny. You want them to experience what because everybody does what's funny to them, but you also want other people to, accept it. And so I went through it. I had index cards all over with different nights, different bits, blah, blah, blah. And then I finally got it down to what I like and I'm proud of. And that's it. And the album cover, they killed it with that. Because it's called Ladylike. Because every time I get off stage after working with Andrew, he'll go, that was ladylike. So I call it Ladylike because I'm a lady.
I'm very fucking proud of you, Eleanor. And I'm very proud of what you've accomplished. I'm proud to call you a friend because we've been friends for 23 fucking years from that dungeon. Jesus, it's so long. How did that happen? Years from the store. It just happened. It just happened. It just rolls by. You're like, fuck. When I was first going in there and I'd see you in there, we'd go, how long are we going to last in here, really? When are we going to get fired from here? Every time I leave there, I would be I was fired every other week. Yeah, me too. I was like, I would fire myself. I'm like, that's the last time I'm doing a spot there. I'm not going down there to bomb again. But she kept giving me love, and she kept, we were a family.
Yeah. A
It's
sick family, but we're a family.
we were a
And
family. You know, Paulie hit me up the other day, and he's like, "Hey, Baba," and I go, "Paulie, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're like brothers. We're like brothers. We had the same mother.
yeah,
We all had the same mother. She was a
That's
fucking.
right.
The other day, I was like, I'm out of mothers. Like all my mothers have died. Like when my mother died, I had like 20 adopted mothers, Mrs. Sabatino. I'm down to
Right.
one mother, Terry's mom. I'm down to
oh,
one mom. I used to have 15 fucking moms. Mrs. Ronnie died. Mitzi Shaw died. You know, Mrs. Sabatino died. Miss
Oh.
Lobrano's still alive. I got like 2 mothers left. I went from having no mother to 20 mothers. And then, you know, I was like in heaven. Who's got 20 mothers?
right.
You know, you called me a motherfucker. I had to smack you 20 times because I got 20 mothers. You know what I'm saying? Who's got 20 moms? I called 20 women mom, what's going on? Mom. And little by little, over the years, my moms have disappeared, man. So I'm down to a mother-in-law. What a fucking shame.
It is. It sucks, but it's true. It's like when I see Paulie, I'm like, oh, hey, like I feel comfortable, even though we would fight like crazy, me and Paulie. Oh my God. Because it was, Mitzi would, be like, oh, you got to ask Eleanor. That's the worst thing you can say to your son. And he's like, fuck her, and I get it. But he came in a couple of months ago. I was at the store. It was late night. It was very dead. Like the original room was packed, but the main room was closed. The belly room was closed. So it felt weird, when the wall, you're just in there and it's so dark. And Paulie's like, dude, right? It's like old school. He goes, it's the way my mom wanted it. I go, Paulie, that's all. But he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. That was a good
Not
time
wrong.
in Eleanor. Eleanor, they can't take that from us.
Never. And we
can't.
laughed. We had the best night that night. And Paulie was part of it, which didn't normally happen because we were kind of like, oh, that's the boss's son. We were like, hey, Paulie. But then we would, box him out for the most part, especially wait staff. But that night he hung out with the comics. He was a little tipsy, but like not crazy. He was so fucking funny. We had so much fun. It was like me, him, Kirk Fox, Ryan O'Neal. I forget who else, Kurt Metzger, and we were just laughing and giggling and telling stories. And Hart, the bartender.
I don't miss comedy, but I miss the store.
Yeah, those bonding, those fun nights where it's just like.
Towards the end, when you'd walk on Tuesday nights, when you'd walk into
Oh,
the main room,
shit.
Gino would give you a blunt. There'd be chicks giving massages. There was a chick in the back giving massages.
Yes.
I never went back there. I'm like, I'm not going back there. She was a sweetheart. You want a
She
massage?
was. Hey, she wants to be a comic, so she put herself around it. She's great.
She's
Joy.
great.
Yeah.
She was great.
She's great.
She was great. The masseuse, the ABX capsule guys. I would leave
Oh,
there with
yeah,
a box
I
of
love
fuck.
those guys.
They would come up to me and go, "We're gonna put it in your coffee." What?
They
Put it
gave
in
me a
your
bag, a goodie bag, even if I wasn't on the show. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Eleanor, we got a bag for you.
We
I'm
got
like,
a bag for you.
I love
Gino,
you guys.
I miss Gino. I miss, nobody understands that
Gino's great.
what gave me the momentum to go out on the weekends was those Tuesday nights at the store. They were everything.
Yeah.
That was the,
Yeah.
that was our ball night. That was our ball. That was it.
That's
Tuesday
right.
nights, I would drink 4 espressos before I'd go down there. 4 and a joint
Get
and an
those.
edible and a half a Xanax, and I would run down there and I'd be fucking ready because I would get so much anxiety in there. Like it would be
Dude.
so big on Tuesday nights.
It's great. I do Tripoli show, and then if I was lucky, I get a spot in the OR, and then the belly room, and just fucking bounce around. I was like, you wouldn't leave. It was great. You're in this one building. You get to do
Fucking
3-4 shows a night.
Fucking great.
It's fucking phenomenal. I can't wait for it to really come back. I don't know if it will. Those were Tripoli shows, right? This Tuesdays.
Tuesday
Fucking
nights.
amazing.
Tripoli.
Sometimes Rogan would do them, but Tripoli that was
Tripoli,
mostly his
Rogan,
thing.
The Girl. There was great
Oh
promoters.
yeah. I forgot.
I love
yeah.
that. I just
Sarah
put her up for
Mello.
something. No, yes, Sarah Mello. She just asked
Sarah
me
Mello.
for a reference for something. I'm like, Sarah, you got it. You were fucking
Anything
very
you
good
want.
to
She's
me.
terrific. Yeah.
What a great place, man. And I'm sad I'm in New Jersey now, but it's in my fucking heart. You can't take it away from
That's
me. I'm like
right.
a Marine of comedy. can't take the Comedy Store away from me. You can't take those Tuesday nights. You can't take those bombings behind AJ Jamal. You can't take those bombings away from me, from Dom Herrera. You know, you just can't. This is the
That
way
little
it is.
shit. Yeah.
How is he? Have you seen him?
Of course. I talk to Dom all the time.
I'm going to give him a call tonight. I'm happy
Oh,
you made...
please do. He's so fun.
He's a great guy. I still talk to a lot of guys. I talked to Theo the other night. That was great.
How's
I talked
Theo?
to Josh Wolf. I talked to a lot of people, just separate, staggered.
Yeah, sure.
I talked to Kate the other night. It's staggered, you know.
You check in with people.
Yeah, George Perez, you know.
Jorge. I love Georgie.
I love Jorge. But you keep doing what you're doing. I'm really fucking proud of you, man. I miss you to death.
I love seeing your face. You look great, by the way.
Yeah, we're trying. When Jimmy told me your album was coming out, I'm like, I'm getting her on this week. We got to break. I had too much cock on here. I got to have a pretty girl on here. The last 10 weeks.
Oh, then I'll keep my cock tucked.
Keep your cock between your legs for now. Where can they find your album on Friday?
It drops everywhere on Friday. So wherever you find albums, iTunes. We had it exclusively streaming on Pandora and Sirius. So that was it's playing all week. You can stream it. But for purchase, it doesn't come out until 8/20, and it'll be on iTunes, everything. Wherever else you get albums. So
you need something, you call.
Yes, sir.
Send Andrew my
Same.
love.
And I'll be over that side. So I'll hit you guys up. Maybe I'll swing out.
August 28th?
August 28th, I'm in Atlantic City, but in September, I think it's the 24th, 23rd, 24th, 25th, something like that. I'm at Uncle Vinny's. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I'm doing Uncle Vinny's.
I saw you were going to be back there again. there again. Hopefully
headlining at the end of September there. So
I have to go back to the dentist on the 30th. And this motherfucker, he's going to rip out the fang.
Fucking racket, those miserable fucks.
Oh, they're going to rip out the fang. They're going to rip out that's Steve Simone's brother.
You're making me. You're going to Steve's brother?
No, he put this in there 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when he had the practice in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And now he's saying that this is no good no more, so we're going to take it out, and we're going to see where we're at. They're probably going to have to fucking stitch everything again.
Oh, they never like anybody else's work, these motherfuckers.
No. So
they did it all wrong. Let me reconfigure your whole mouth. Fuck you. Oh, sorry.
I don't know what the fuck made this swell. You know, I wish it was 19 up to 90, 2000. I could say I ate some bad pussy at the store and your gums got swollen, but I can't even use rotten pussy as an excuse for this shit. I love you, Eleanor. Stay black. Give my best to Andrew. Good luck.
I love you
weekend.
too. You're the best.
Give my best to Red Band and everybody in Austin. And
yes,
I love you. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of your success.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so good to see you and hang out at the joint with Joey.
You got it. Stay black and stay beautiful. I'll give you a call next week.
You got it. Love you.
You got it. Love you.
Bye.
All right, you bad motherfuckers. I hope you enjoyed Leanor Kerrigan. Guess what? Laughing Gas is back in stock, you bad motherfuckers. They put a pound in there last Friday. They're putting another pound in there this fucking Friday, the 20th. And then at the end of the month, they're coming in with the big fucking grow. So do not forget to stop in over at the ice cream shop in Studio City. Tell them Uncle Joey sent you. I want to thank Eleanor. I want to thank fucking ice cream shop, but most importantly, I want to thank you cocksuckers for watching The Joint with Uncle Joey every Monday and Wednesday and supporting us. I hope you enjoyed Leanor Kerrigan. Do not forget to go to iTunes or any of the platforms. Her album is playing on Sirius. I don't know what channel. You're going to have to fucking, it's probably the comedy, the dirty comedy channel. I forget, Raw Dog. She's probably playing on Raw Dog. Listen to her, support Leanor Kerrigan. She's one of us, guys. She's a fucking savage, and I have watched her grow, and I'm very proud of her. But anyway, thank you very much for supporting The Joint. Thank you for supporting Uncle Joey. Thank you for supporting Mike from One by One podcast. I want to give a shout out to my man Jay. It was his birthday last week. I promised him and his fucking friend from Segovia that I would give him a shout out, and here we are. Happy birthday, Jay. I love you motherfuckers. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys Monday morning, tip-top Magoo, ready to go. Have a great weekend. Stay black. And don't forget DraftKings on motherfucking Saturday for the Pacquiao-Ugas fight. $1 to win $100. I'm trying to make you guys some money. And now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors, Jack. All right, I want to thank you motherfuckers for listening today. I want to thank ELEANOR Kerrigan. Do not forget to get her CD on Friday. It comes on an 800-pound gorilla. It'll be on iTunes and all the other streaming services, and it's also playing on SiriusXM, probably Road Dog. I don't know for sure. The joint is brought to you by CBD Lion. Listen, when it comes to CBD, nobody knows dick except the lion. I've been working with them for 3-4 years now. They're tremendous. I use their melatonin gummies at night to sleep like a baby. I use their tape to put on my knee. And I've even smoked their hemp flower just to see how it is, and it relaxes you. It's fantastic. It's great. Go to CBDLion.com right now. Press in Joey and let CBD do the work. CBD Lion, the best CBD available on the market today. How do I know? Because I live it. I'm not here to fucking blow smoke up your ass. CBDLion.com/Joey will get you 20% off your favorite CBD, which is CBD Lion. The joint is also brought to you by Upstart. Listen to me, whether it's paying off credit cards or consolidating your debt, get a simple fixed monthly payment. Debt is a nightmare. You can't sleep at night. It takes away from who you are. I was there for a long time, and I know the feeling. This is why I'm coming to you with Upstart.com right now. They can lower your monthly payments right off the bat. Over 1 million people have used Upstart to get out of debt. Unlike other lenders, Upstarts look at more than just your credit score. They take into account your income and employment history. This means that they can offer smarter rates with trusted partners. Just a 5-minute online rate check. You can get approved the same day and can receive funds as fast as 1 business day. If debt has taken over your life, it's time to get a fresh start with Upstart.com. Do me a favor. Go to Upstart.com/Joey. Don't forget to use the URL to let them know I sent you. Upstart is going to help you get out of debt, give you a little loan, and take care of you. Because when you're in debt, it can feel like it's never going to end. Upstart can help. Upstart's a fast, easy way to get a personal loan to pay off your debt. It starts with you going to Upstart.com/Joey. Again, that's Upstart.com/Joey. And I got a disclaimer for you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided by your loan application. Go to Upstart.com/Joey and get out of debt today. The joint is also brought to you by one of my personal favorites. I'm an old man. Blue Chew. Listen to me. Erectile dysfunction sucks, especially when you're right there and you're about to perform. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis at a fraction of the cost. You can take it anytime, anywhere, day or night. You're like, Joey, but I don't need it. My hammer works perfect. That's great. But you always need a little extra confidence to give her a better stabbing. And the process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, you talk to one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, boom, you'll receive the prescription within days. It ships right to your door in a discreet package. Not even the mailman knows what's in there. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly. It's way cheaper than any pharmacy. So if you could benefit from extra confidence, tell them Uncle Joey sent you. Blue Chew can help. And they got a special deal for you. Try Blue Chew free. Joey, what are you talking about? Don't fuck with me. Free with promo code Joey. You're just going to pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Joey, to receive your first month free. And as always, I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the joint. I want to thank Blue Chew. I want to thank Upstart. I want to thank CBD Lion. I want to thank DraftKings again. $1 wins you 100 when you bet on the Pacquiao-Ugas fight if a punch lands. Come on, guys. I'm throwing $100 worth of credits your way. And that's what I do here. I want to thank everybody who sponsored. I want to thank everybody who watched, everybody who supported us. I love you guys with all my heart. We'll be back Monday morning, ready to rock. Have a great weekend and be tip-top Magoo and use Blue Chew. Get your fucking hammer sucked. I love you, cocksuckers. Stay black.